Good day, fine people. Right, I'm back at the wood in appropriate footwear this time. And it's actually been far too windy to film. So I've been here with my mum for an hour or so already, and we kind of sheltered in the car because it was way too windy. But the wind has dropped now. It's just gone 11 o'clock. So after we did a little bit of a walk around the wood, I have come back down to my car. Oh, a little bit of a hill here. Someone needs to create some footpaths in this wood. Yes, so after I did a little bit of a recce around the wood, I went back down to my car to get my filming gear and my bushcraft gear, and I might actually be able to get on with some bits and pieces now. Remembered my filming gear this time, so hopefully wobbly cam won't be such an issue. I'm going to tiptoe quietly through the wood from now, and you never know, maybe I'll get to see some wildlife. We'll see. Probably noticed I'm actually following some string. We have marked a little bit of a pathway through the wood so that I can find my way through from the bottom, boggy bottom, to my camp when there are not saplings falling in the way. Squeeze! Squeeze! Between the trees, and off I go. Just come across the long drop that's been covered to stop anyone falling in it, anyone or anything. Oh my crikey, that's so much longer now than it was. Let me show you. So, the reason I am here today is actually because at 12:30, about an hour's time, I have a meeting with fellow woodland owners of this wood. As I've said before, I just own a small piece of the wider wood, and there are other owners that also own small pieces of the wider wood, and some of us today are meeting with the Kent Wildlife Trust. I won't be getting any of that on camera. I don't feel comfortable to do that, and I haven't asked or anything like that. So because the Kent Wildlife Trust have a lot of projects going on in the area, I think one of the other owners just wanted to find out what we could do as owners here to sort of support what they're doing. I know they're planning on bringing back wild boar and things like that to the area, so that's very exciting. But I think that's all sort of fenced off slightly out of this area. Yes, very exciting. And I think I'm just going to go along to the meeting and find out what they say, really. But that does mean that I'm not going to get a huge amount done today. Of course, it wouldn't be this channel if I got anything done. But I might potter. I don't know how long that's going to last. And obviously, I don't have much time here. What I will probably do, if the weather holds out, is actually come back this week and film my progress across the week. Just thinking, actually, I'm supposed to get a video out on Thursday, and today is Monday, so that isn't gonna, maybe I'm gonna have to skip a week. I might have to skip a week, film, get into the process of filming the whole week and have that week's work come out the next week. That sounds like a better idea, actually, so that I actually have some content rather than doing like a little bit where I just arrive at the wood and then I go home again after doing nothing. So yeah, I think actually I'm going to skip a week and then get into the habit of doing a weekly thing with a bit more content in. That's the plan. We'll see how that goes. For now, I am just going to get myself set up, really, try and point some of those posts for the structure, and at some point I need to light a fire and get those, char the bottoms of those posts and then dig holes and stuff. So yeah, just continue with the structure because it's going to be really beneficial. I certainly had that thought in the car on the way over here this morning when it was super rainy and super windy. The high pressure system has obviously moved off and we've gone in full autumn mode all of a sudden here in England. So yeah, I'm going to need, if I'm going to be here throughout the window, if I'm going to be if I'm going to be here throughout the winter, I'm going to need some sort of shelter. I'm also considering buying the same tent that the Bushwhacker man has, the Arctic bell tent. It doesn't have a ground sheet or anything, just so that I have some sort of shelter here and put it in my tent area, because I don't want the bell tent up through the winter. So I don't think I'd mind having the Arctic bell. It's going to be a second-hand, pre-used army tent. It's dark green, so it doesn't matter if it discolors. And then have that as a winter shelter. And that way I've got a bit of a base here while I build this shelter. But it's just the finances behind that at the moment. So I have got my eye on one. We'll see. Maybe I'll get this shelter built before the finances become available for that. We'll see. Right, let's get in gear. much colder today. There's no faffing with ferro rods today. Lighter all the way, and some homemade fire lighters because I need this fire and I need to get on. Smoky as always in the beginning, but at least there's a good amount of wind today, so plenty of oxygen. I'm not going to need to use the velos, so that's always a bonus. It seems to be going really well. It's got cold fast, so I think I'm feeling it a little bit more. I think it was only around 12 degrees this morning, Celsius, which is actually fine, but I'm feeling it, so it doesn't help that I'm wearing barefoot shoes. But I'm trying to test them to push them to their limits, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, anywho, I need to crack on. I'm here again to carry on with the posts, so let's do that. The wind is really picking up, so I've had to stop because the popper bivvy keeps blowing away, so now I'm standing on its skirt. Fire seems to be going okay. I've just topped it up. I'm certainly warmer now I've been working, so that's good. However, I have decided that that is not the job for me. I've got like 2.5 posts done. I will chip away at it, literally chip away at it as time goes on, but I'm going to need to move on, I think, because I am going to dig this mound out here. I'm digging that out so that the building can go a little bit further back. I get a bit more space in camp. I think I'm going to work on that. Oh, let's stand on the tent. Here comes the wind. Yeah, I think I'm going to work on that while I wait for troops to arrive, because I have my mum coming back again today and a volunteer as well with her, so who shall remain nameless because they don't want to be on camera. But yes, I might. The volunteer's a man, so I think I'm going to pass the axe work off. I could do it if I chose to, but I'm choosing not to. I really don't think that's the tool for me. It's too short. I can't get a big enough swing on it, and I'm still a bit nervous around using it, so I'll build up my experience over time, but even so, I might have bitten off a bit more than I could chew. We'll see. Troops will arrive, and I will be digging the mound. Digging to mound that you can't really see, but trust me, it's there. Unfortunately, I have had to take my barefoot shoes off. One, they were not appropriate for digging in, and two, I was starting to lose my toes to the cold. So I think I found our limit temperature wise. Which is quite sad really, because I find myself much more steady wearing these than wearing normal shoes now. So I'd like a winter barefoot solution, that would be great. Sad, sad. Never mind, off I go, wearing my boots. Yeah, that's plenty. That's loads up that pole. I'd just do that tip a little bit more, because I can see, yeah, I can see real wood on the tip. Yeah, as opposed to fake wood. Nope. She's gonna burn her tits.
I said me tits, not me tits.
Her tips, not her tits. My mom has arrived. I have troops. I have troops. It's easier with more, isn't it?
Yes, it is. When you're not a big strapping fellow with big muscles, you just need many hands.
A woman.
A big woman with big strapping muscles.
Big woman with big muscles. That's not us.
That certainly isn't. No.
Yeah. So it takes, I hope you can hear us, it's a bit windy, but yeah, I think the point is, it takes a long time to progress, but I have dug the thing over, the mound has been dug over, and you have been charring the tips of the posts.
And we've got another member of the team,
yes,
cutting points.
He is Axeman. That's going to be his name and his superpower. Axeman. Axeman's cutting tips.
Yeah.
Tips.
Yeah. And my speciality is burning the tips.
Yeah, burning the tips. Not the other word.
I'm going to go back before it burns.
Lovely. All right, let's crack on. Right, so this is how far we got with the disappearing mound. So the mound's mostly gone now, it has gone really, but there is still a slope that way. I think there's always going to be a little bit of a slope, and that's just how it's going to be, because unless we sort of dig right down here and level it off properly, then we're just going to have a slope in the shelter, and that's fine, it's not too bad. It's more work than I want to do to level it properly. So that's the work for today. I'm going to have to go home, unfortunately. But, hello. We have 3 charred posts, several more on the way. Axeman is still axing. Actually, I think he's sawing at the moment. But he's working on pointing the posts, which has been excellent, because we've actually got some work that's progressed today, which is nice. So I'm off Morpeth.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I think I'm going to finish these posts.
gonna finish the post and
And then you'll be ready to hopefully dig some holes and start thinking about putting up.
yep. I hope you can hear her okay.